What's up, everybody? This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. We're going to jump into probably our last of our pre-release for Battle for Zendikar here, and we definitely have the option to go into a deck that I would love to try out. If you watch my pre-release primer, Red-White Allies is definitely something I wanted to try, and I think it just seems awesome to me. I hate to go ahead and hook myself into a two-color group right off the bat, but it is pre-release. You know, I'm trying to find out the different archetypes, see what works for me. And with Munda Ambush Leader, whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal any number of allied cards from among them. You may put those cards on top of your library in any order and the rest on the bottom. So it just, you know, you play him, he's an ally, and then you just keep playing more allies. Otherwise, the human cleric ally, which can just get bigger, but I say let's go all in from the start here. All right, so Titans. It looks like they still have some issues with the artwork. Sorry about that. Let me just adjust this. There we go. Stone Fury is probably the best card in the pack. Just some real good removal. I don't think Ulamog's Nullifier is quite what we're going for. Here is an ally, but this card seems to come back around. Smite the Monstrous will be something that we'll look to pick up later. Not really looking to do the life gain guy. Just trying to figure out which ones are all allies here. I think we'll definitely go with the Stone Fury. I don't think we're looking to do the Eldrazi stuff here. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up changing my mind about this as we get nothing. Alright, so we've got some pretty decent black cards. Got the Bloodbond Vampire, Carrier Thrall. When it dies, play 1/1 Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. Not too bad. Benthic Infiltrator. Not very exciting. A 1/4. Outnumber deals damage to target creature equal to the number of creatures you control. That I think we could definitely look to go with. You know, we're not seeing allies yet. I'm kind of forcing a archetype here, which is probably not recommended, but, you know, there's just, I mean, we're only 3 picks in, so maybe these are just packs that aren't really, don't really have a lot of those. Alright, so Valakut Invoker is not an ally. I know Makindi Patrol is an ally. We aren't really looking to do the Devoid deck, which Kozilek Sentinel would be really cool in. Clutch of Currents. I think this card looks great. Actually, if it were at instant, it would be great. At sorcery, it's decent. Alright, so, I mean, otherwise we could look to, you know, look to go to the sky with our Courier Griffin. It is white. But I'm going to really try to force the issue with this Red-White Allies deck. Alright, and so no allies in this one. But we do have... Yeah, we're not really going to be looking to do that. The Eldrazi Devastator seems possibly playable for us. Otherwise... Even something like the Kitesail Scout, which is very unimpressive, we may look to pick up some of these if we can get enough ally triggers to give it Pump Spell, give it Double Strike, whatever our allies are giving. I think for now we'll just take the colorless card and see. We may end up getting enough lands into play to make this work. Here I like Sure Strike or Stone Fury. Also, there's a Ondu Greathorn, which is actually a pretty decent body if you can hit the first strike, or if you can hit the landfall mechanic. But if you don't hit the landfall mechanic, it's really not too exciting. Yeah, I think this Sure Strike is really good. And if we're looking to be a really aggressive deck, that's probably the best card for us. But I just think Stone Fury is too good. Alright, so here we've got another ally. We've got a really good landfall creature. And then Boiling Earth deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control with Awaken 6 and a red. I don't really think that that's where we're headed. I think we're looking definitely between the Valakut Predator and the McKindy Patrol. I mean, the McKindy Patrol is an ally, so I think that I have to rate that just a little bit higher, even though Valakut Predator is probably the better card. If we're going for synergies here, we want to hit those allies, though. Alright, so we got a few allies here. Reckless Cohort, which I'm not the most excited about, but it is an ally. And it's an early drop. Ondu Champion, those seem to come around. And giving trample to your small allies isn't the greatest of things to do. Unified Front would be really good if we ended up with a third color, but I think we'll just take the aggressive 2-drop. Alright, so Goblin Warpaint, creature gets +2/+2 in haste. Tandem Tactics. I think Tandem Tactics seems... I think that'll be a better option for this style of deck. Just having that combat trick. There doesn't seem to be a ton of combat tricks in this format that I've seen. And we did get the Reckless Cohort to come back around. So we're fully embedded into these allies right now. I've got some of them coming around to us. Right now we do have 5 allies. Kitesail Scout is not one, but we'll just grab it for now. I'm hoping not to play it. Eldrazi's Devastator, I'm not sure that we'll play, but it is just a card that, lots of times you think in your head that you're going to have, your 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, but eventually you need that one card that can go over the top in case you didn't. Oh, and red cards are coming around to us, so this is looking pretty good so far. I have not drafted this archetype just yet, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I do like where we're headed so far. I know a lot of times Reckless Cohort is probably not a great card, but the fact that we do have other allies in this deck is going to help make this card a little bit better, because it won't have to attack if we have those other allies. So we'll just grab the... And we may end up looking to pick up a few of those mass pump spells, like the Gideon one that gives all your creatures +2/+1 at instant speed. Sweet, we got a basic land, which you don't always get in these drafts nowadays. So we have a Prairie Stream as our rare, which is definitely very good, and it quite possibly is worth some money, which you do have to think about at times. Outside of that, we are looking at whenever ally enters the battlefield, gain first strike. That's probably the better card for our deck. Prairie Stream right now is selling for $6, so we definitely want to think about that. I think for this video though, I'm gonna really try to make this ally thing work and not just go for the money. Sheer drop looks pretty good. I think just going for the ally though is the best option for us here. It's an early drop as well. Alright, Stasis Snare, there we go. We're not going to end up, I mean, we're passing one ally, but this guy comes back around generally. Gideon's Reproach is very good. Stasis Snare though is just, you can take care of any target creature on the battlefield. Gideon's Reproach is really a bit more conditional, so we definitely want to go with Stasis Snare here. Otherwise, Vestige of Emrakul is decent. Fillator Cub we'd be happy to see come back later. Sure Strike, you know, is a really good combat trick that we could benefit from, but I think Stasis Snare is absolutely the way we want to go here. Ooh, this is like a bomb in this format. I'm quite surprised to see that sitting there. Maybe other people are being crazy like us though too, and just taking stuff that you're kind of forcing yourself into. We're not really, you know, we're not going to be able to splash this double blue. Touch the Void is probably the best card for us in this pack. There's a Core Castigator, which is an ally, and it's a 3/1 at 2 mana. Very good, but yeah, just being able to deal 3 damage to target creature or player. And you do exile their card, which, you know, might matter. Otherwise, we still have Gideon's Reproach. Deal 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. I just think we'll take Touch the Void. That's just a little bit better than the rest of those. Alright, so this pack we're not... Alright, and that's not even an ally. Shoot. Violet Aggregate's powers equals the number of colorless creatures. And we're not playing many colorless creatures here. Rush of Ice, if that were instant speed, it'd be pretty good. Right here, this is a tough pick. I don't think that we want to go Fortified Rampart. We are not a blocking deck. We are going to be better on the aggressive side. But I think the most powerful card is probably Vile Aggregate. And we should just get that away from our opponents. Zada. And Zada's even an ally. Alright, so whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell that targets Zada, Hedron Grinder. Copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. So, if we can get a decent number of combat tricks, Zada is going to be huge for us. Outnumber is a good removal spell. Angelic Gift, not quite what I'm going for here. I'd like to see this Valakut Invoker come back, but I think Zada is definitely the way to go here. Alright, so probably looking at either Stone Fury or Outnumber. Stone Fury number 3 is probably a tough one to take right now. Unified Front does make allies. We just have to find a way to splash a third color, I think, to make that worthwhile, though. I think Outnumber is probably just the better option for us, especially since it's at instant speed. And we're hoping to go quite wide with our deck here. Alright, so here... the only ally in the pack is the Cliffside Lookout, which is just a 1/1, but it does have the ability to pump our team later. Otherwise, Looming Spires, giving a creature +1/+1 and gain first strike. is definitely an option, but I think let's go with another 1-drop here. Oh wow, that's a very good card to be passing around. I think I'm gonna take the Vestige of Emrakul here. It is not a ally. It is not a it's not a synergistic card for our deck, but we do have 2 Stone Furies, 2 outnumbers already, and I'd like to just make sure that we have a decent number of creatures to attack with. All right, sweet. All right, so Cliffside Lookout is an ally, but Valakut Predator I think is just better. Yeah, I don't want to have too many 1-mana 1/1s. Eventually, you're gonna get outclassed a bit, and you're not gonna be able to. Plus, you just have nothing in your hand, honestly. All right, so Sure Strike would be great here, considering we have Zada now. Let's look at. I'm just gonna move over my removal stuff. Yeah, I think the Sure Strike is what I'd like to go with. Here we'll take the utility land. Blighted Gorge is definitely a decent option. Here we can take another 1-drop. Got a 3-drop, so we are quite aggressive in this deck. And we've got quite a bit of removal even. We'll take the basic land. Yeah, so a surprising amount of removal for a deck this aggressive. And then we've got so far just 2 combat tricks. But I'd have to find some pretty good combat tricks to take out any of our removal spells, I feel. I mean, it's cool to think that you're going to build around Zada, but I just don't want to ruin my deck doing it. We definitely have a decent amount of creatures that are kind of stinkers, like the Kitesail Scouts. Alright, so here we've got Woodland Wanderer is our rare, which is, I think, going to be an awesome card, even constructed playable. I think as far as red-white creatures, this McKindy Sliderunner is just a bomb. Not a bomb, but I mean a very, very good common. And Woodland Wanderer is, selling for about 78 cents right now, so not quite money worthy. Otherwise, Sheer Drop is definitely something we could be looking at, but I think in the low 2-drop, yeah, and it's an aggressive card. We want to go with that. All right, so we're kind of in a spot right now where we're not completely allies, but we're definitely trying to take advantage of it. Here we've got Tandem Tactics, Valakut Predator, Valakut Invoker. None of these cards are allies, so we can't use that. Shadow Glider is a flyer, which we could probably use. Just being able to get around our opponents. I think the Predator, though, is probably the highest upside, though. And then look to try to get like a Tandem Tactics to come back around. I don't think the Glider will come back around, but I just want to have a little bit more of an aggressive approach. So the white Blighted Step, you gain 2 life for each creature you control. Bloody Gorge deals 2 damage to target creature player. Yeah, I think we'd rather be that kind of style. Here, I think Inspired Charge might actually be what we want. Otherwise, we could look to just grab another aggressive kind kind of card. You know, a Reckless Cohort, Shadow Glider, Valakut Predator, Valakut Invoker, all of them are decent cards for this deck. I think I might grab the Inspired Charge just because I'd rather make sure we have one of these than a third Reckless Cohort. You know, and I think that Reckless Cohorts will probably come back around more. Ooh, Rolling Thunder, payoff card. Yeah, Rolling Thunder is just insane. If you haven't played with it, you definitely want to play with it. It is super strong. It's a way to just finish off your opponent or clear their board. Yeah, not looking to get a worm here. McKindy Slide Runner would be really good if we didn't have a Rolling Thunder in here. Yeah, Rolling Thunder, hands down. Bane of Balaged. Whenever it attacks, the defending player exiles 2 permanents he or she controls. Wow, that seems really good. Otherwise, we could look at a Spawning Bed here. I think I'm okay with taking this just because I feel like it would crush us. Otherwise, we can look at... I mean, Tajiro Beastmaster is very good in a green deck. I'm not looking at life gain. Spawning Bed probably is better if we were doing the go wide approach, but I just think that this Bane of Balaged would crush us. Alright, so the white land. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance. Oh, here's an ally. Good deal. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain menace. Definitely something we'd like. Here's a 5 mana. That's not quite what we're going for, though. Lithomancer's Focus. Oof. Yeah, if Lithomancer's Focus was in here without the Fire Mantle Mage, I would definitely take the Focus. But I don't want to build my whole deck around Zada and not be able to do anything. You know, if Zada's not there, then it's just kind of odd stuff. Alright, so Boiling Earth would be a really good way to clean up our opponent's Scion tokens. Ondu Champion is the only ally in this pack. Let's take the Ondu Champion. Alright, here's another Inspired Charge or another Valakut Predator. I don't think we're looking at the Ondu Champion right now. Tons of decent cards. But if we're looking to cut some of the crummier cards, we could probably use another Valakut Predator, really. Otherwise, Inspired Charge is definitely a good way to go with the... I think we take the Inspired Charge. Let's just go, you know, we're going to do the real wide approach. Here we'll take the Courier Griffin. If we need to go to the skies then. Valakut Invoker versus Tandem Tactics. Yeah, I think I mean, we're ending up in a lot of... I mean, we may be cutting the Stone Fury and just go with a lot of, you know, a lot more pump spell oriented. Reckless Cohort number 3. Not really excited about any of these, so let's grab a land. Wavewing Elemental definitely will be something tough to deal with, but we're hoping to just get underneath our opponents anyway. Alright, so this is going to be a tough time. Stone Fury we just might not be looking to do. Yeah, I don't think Lava Step Raider. I'd even rather have Kitesail Scout than Lava Step Raider. We're going to need to cut a decent amount of cards here. You know, we've got a good amount of removal, and then we've got our 5 pump spells, 5 removal spells. When in doubt, I'm just grabbing basic lands. Why not? All right. So the question is how much. I just feel like we have really good removal. I haven't gotten to play with Outnumber yet. It just seems like it would be very strong in this style of deck. You know, so let's go ahead and separate our groups. You know, Valakut Invoker, I think, is not going to make the cut. It's not an ally, and it's not as aggressive as we're trying to be. Probably take out at least one Kitesail Scout. So we're kind of a mixture of landfall and allies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Thinking one tandem tactics is what I'd rather go with. I don't want to have too many of those. We could also just look at being a, you know, really we don't need to play a lot of lands. You know, we're really looking like we're going to be all in the 1, 2, 3, 4 range. The other thing, we could just pull out these Kitesail Scouts and say that they stink, put in 2 more Valakut Invokers, but those are not. I mean, we have a decent amount of 3-drops that are just better than that. We could look at doing one of Ondu Champion. I think I'm just going to try the 16 lands here. Actually, we should probably do 17 if I'm going to do Blighted Gorge. You know, Blighted Gorge might be a decent finisher. So at this point we are looking... What card do we want to cut? Definitely don't want to cut our 4-drops. Those are all very strong. Maybe just one of the outnumbers. Yeah. So go ahead and add 8 and 8. Alright, there we go. Kind of forced it from the get-go, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. We are trying to learn each kind of archetype, so we'll go with Munda into round 1 with this. Thank you for watching. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy these and would like to see more of them. We are trying to put out as much as possible, trying for daily drafts, but sometimes we'll miss a day or two. But if you do like watching these, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks.